What if the monsters and spirits you've seen in anime weren't just creative designs, but reflections of real legends born centuries ago? Japan's folklore is filled with beings that blur the line between beauty and horror. My name is Sam, and tonight we're diving into an anime special where we uncover 10 legendary creatures that shaped Japan's most unforgettable worlds. Number 10, the Tengu. High in Japan's mist-shrouded mountains, legends tell of beings with the faces of men and the wings of birds, guardians, tricksters, and sometimes gods. Known as Tengu, they dwell among ancient cedars, watching the valleys below. Their red faces, long noses, and piercing eyes are both human and avian, a reminder that they belong to neither world completely. In old tales, monks and samurai who grew too proud were said to be taken by the Tengu, either punished or transformed into one themselves. Some stories describe them as demons that stir up storms and deceive travelers with illusion. Others call them protectors of sacred forests, striking down those who defile holy ground. Their reputation wavers between chaos and justice, depending on who dares to cross their path. As time passed, the Tengu evolved from villains into complex spirits. The crow-faced Karasu Tengu became symbols of martial mastery, wielding swords with divine precision. While the Dai Tengu, majestic and human-like, stood as wise teachers of combat and discipline. Warriors once prayed to them before battle, seeking their strength and guidance. In anime, the Tengu's legacy soars high. From the masked ninja Tengu clan in Naruto to the avian mentor Kawajiri Bunta in Nura. Rise of the Yokai clan. Their imagery continues to shape how Japan sees its mythical protectors. Proud, mysterious, and forever perched between heaven and earth. But pride can turn to wrath. And where the Tengu punish arrogance, the next creature spins her web deep below, turning beauty itself into a deadly trap. Number 9, Jorogumo, the Spider Woman. By day, she appears as a breathtaking young woman with flowing hair and eyes that gleam like silk. But beneath her charm hides a nightmare. In truth, she's a massive spider spirit that weaves illusions as easily as she spins her web. Legends say Jorogumo dwells near waterfalls and quiet forests, where she waits for travelers to lose their way. When she meets them, she plays the perfect host. Soft voice, kind smile, eyes full of warmth. But once her victims grow comfortable, her disguise fades, and threads of golden silk bind them where they stand. The unlucky ones never scream. They're too mesmerized to realize they've been caught until it's far too late. Some stories describe her home littered with bones, her web glimmering in the moonlight like strands of gold. Others tell of her controlling swarms of smaller spiders to ensnare even entire groups of men. She isn't just a hunter, she's a warning about temptation, desire, and the danger of beauty without mercy. Jorogumo's legend has slithered into anime again and again. She inspired the spider-like yokai that appears in Inuyasha, a creature that lures men to their doom. And in Demon Slayer, echoes of her spirit live on in the terrifying spider family of Mount Natagumo. In every version, she reminds us, what's beautiful isn't always safe. And if Jorogumo hunts in silence, the next creature prefers chaos, one that splashes, wrestles, and drags the living straight into its watery lair. Number 8, the Kappa, the river demon. Small, green, and mischievous, this creature lurks in Japan's ponds and streams, waiting for anyone foolish enough to wander too close. It looks harmless at first, a child-sized figure with webbed hands, a turtle-like shell, and a bowl-shaped dent on its head that holds precious water. But that water is the source of its power. Spill it, and the Kappa loses its strength entirely. Unlike other monsters, the Kappa isn't pure evil. It's a trickster, playful one moment, dangerous the next. Some tales say it challenges travelers to sumo matches, wrestling them until they're pulled beneath the surface. Others warn it steals shirikodama, the soul said to rest inside a person's body. But despite its cruelty, the Kappa is bound by strange manners. If you bow to it, it will bow back, and when it does, the water spills from its head, letting you escape unharmed. Over the centuries, villagers left offerings of cucumbers cucumbers, the Kappa's favorite food, to protect their families and rice fields. Even today, cucumber sushi rolls are called kappamaki in its honor. It's a reminder that sometimes even the strangest legends can become part of everyday life. In anime, the Kappa has evolved from monster to icon. It appears in Sarazanmai as a guardian of human connection, and in Pokemon, its spirit lives on in the design of creatures like Lotad and Golduck. Once a river demon, now a symbol of mischief and memory, the Kappa proves that even tricksters can leave a lasting legacy. Before we leave the rivers behind, tell me in the comments, which would you fear more? What lurks below the surface, or what strikes from the sky? Number 7. Raiju, the Thunder Beast. Born from lightning and bound to the storm, this creature flashes across the sky in blinding streaks of light. Legends describe it as a wolf, a cat, or even a ball of crackling energy, roaring with the fury of thunder itself. Wherever it strikes, the air burns and trees split in two. Raiju is said to be the companion, or sometimes the pet, of Raijin, the Japanese god of thunder. When storms roll in, Raiju leaps between clouds, its body pulsing with electricity, following the god's drum beats as they echo through the heavens. Farmers once believed claw marks on trees were signs of its descent, and that anyone standing outside during lightning risked being struck because Raiju might curl up inside their belly to rest. Despite its wild nature, Raiju isn't seen as evil, just untamed. It embodies nature's raw energy, reminding humanity of the balance between awe and fear when facing the storm. Some stories even claim that if you catch a glimpse of Raiju mid-strike, you'll be blessed with power or cursed with misfortune, depending on how you face it. Raiju's thunderous spirit has sparked countless anime appearances. In Naruto, the lightning-style jutsu Raikiri and Raijin's blade draw from this myth. In Pokemon, creatures like Raikou and Jolteon carry its electric legacy. Every time lightning flashes across a stormy sky in anime, it's as if Raiju is still there, watching, striking, and reminding us that power always has a price. But thunder fades quickly, and where light vanishes, deception begins. Our next legend wears beauty like a mask, and her lies once brought empires to ruin. Number 6. Tamamo no Mei, the nine-tailed fox. To the unknowing, she was perfection itself, graceful, intelligent, and radiant beyond compare. Her voice charmed the courts of ancient Japan, and her beauty captivated emperors. But behind that flawless face hid something far older and far more dangerous, a fox spirit born of pure cunning. According to legend, Tamamo no Mei disguised herself as a human woman to infiltrate the emperor's court. Her wit outshone every scholar, her laughter silenced every doubt, and her presence brought the emperor to complete devotion. Yet as his health began to fail, his advisors grew suspicious. When priests performed a sacred ritual to expose her true form, the truth emerged. A golden fox with 9 flowing tails, radiating malice and power. Realizing she had been discovered, Tamamo fled across the plains of Nasu, where warriors eventually struck her down, but her spirit clung to a cursed stone, the Sesho Seki, or killing stone, said to bring death to any who touched it. Even centuries later, locals claimed the stone split open, releasing her spirit once more. In anime, Tamamo no Mei's allure endures. She appears in Fate Grand Order as the playful yet manipulative caster-class servant, and her influence echoes through countless Kitsune characters in series like Naruto and the helpful fox Senko-san. Every version captures the same duality: kindness and cruelty, beauty and danger, love and deceit. And if Tamamo deceived emperors through charm, the next yokai conquers homes through audacity, needing no disguise at all. Number 5. Nurarihyon, the yokai who never asks for permission. Unlike monsters that haunt mountains or rivers, this one prefers the comfort of your own home. He's small, round-headed, and dressed like a nobleman, gliding silently through open doors, with the calm confidence of someone who belongs there. Before you realize it, he's sitting at your table, sipping your tea, and acting as though you are the guest. In folklore, Nurarihyon isn't a fighter, he's an infiltrator. He represents intrusion, arrogance, and the eerie familiarity of something that doesn't belong, but feels like it should. Once inside, he's almost impossible to confront. Hosts become dazed, unable to question his presence, as if hypnotized by his false authority. When he finally leaves, he vanishes into the night without a sound, leaving only unease behind. Over time, Nurarihyon became a symbol of unseen power, those who control quietly, without ever raising their voice. Some even say he's the commander of all yokai, the one who leads them when humans aren't watching. Anime has reimagined Nurarihyon in countless ways. In Nura, Rise of the Yokai Clan, he's portrayed as a wise wise and commanding leader, ruling over spirits from the shadows. In Ge no Kitaro, he takes a slyer turn, a trickster who slips into human lives for his own amusement. From humble tea thief to supernatural mastermind, Nurarichon proves that real power doesn't always roar. It simply walks in like it already owns the place. But if Nurarichon rules the night through deception, the next creature commands fear itself, riding from the darkness to deliver death's final message. Number 4. The Dullahan, the Headless Horseman. Though not from Japan, this Irish legend found new life in anime. Cloaked in black and riding a dark steed, he appears on lonely roads at night, carrying his own severed head beneath one arm. His eyes burn with an unholy light, scanning the living for their final moment. Wherever the Dullahan stops, death soon follows. This legend comes from Irish folklore, where the Dullahan serves as a grim messenger rather than a mindless killer. He's said to call out the names of those fated to die, and when he does, no force on earth can change that fate. His whip is made from a human spine. His horse breathes mist and sparks, and gates burst open at his approach. Those who dare to watch him ride risk losing their sight. He despises being seen. Unlike ghosts born from tragedy, the Dullahan isn't a spirit of vengeance but of inevitability. He represents the line between life and death, a reminder that no wall, no door, and no prayer can stop what must come. In anime, the Dullahan gallops across screens in striking new forms. Durarara reimagines him as Kelty Sturluson, a headless courier searching for her lost skull in modern Tokyo. Fate, Apocrypha, features him as a demonic servant, wielding darkness itself as a weapon. Whether draped in armor or leather, the Dullahan remains a chilling symbol of mortality, one that rides not to kill, but to remind us that every story eventually ends. And where the Dullahan brings death with silence, the next creature announces chaos with laughter, drunken, brutal, and unforgettable. Number 3, Shutendoji, the demon of Mount O. Towering, red-skinned, and eternally drunk, he ruled over an army of Oni who terrorized Kyoto. By day, his laughter echoed through the mountains. By night, he descended to steal maidens from villages, feasting and drinking until dawn. To those who saw him, he was the embodiment of chaos, unstoppable, cunning, and drunk on his own strength. According to legend, the emperor finally sent a band of samurai, led by Minamoto no Raiko, to end his reign. They disguised themselves as monks and offered the demon sacred sake, secretly laced with a deadly poison. Shutendoji, trusting their gift, drank deeply. When he fell into a stupor, the warriors struck, slicing off his head, but even severed, it didn't die quietly. His head flew through the air, snapping its jaws in fury, nearly biting Raiko before falling still. His story became a symbol of victory through wit rather than strength, proof that even the mightiest monsters can fall to human cunning. Yet in every retelling, Shutendoji's wild grin remains, a reminder that power without control always ends in ruin. In anime, Shutendoji's legend endures through countless interpretations. He appears as a tragic anti-hero in Onigiri, a powerful servant in Fate, Grand Order, and even as inspiration for characters in Demon Slayer and Nurarichon no Mago. Sometimes demon, sometimes misunderstood king, his name still carries the echo of laughter, sake, and blood. But while Shutendoji was a lord of indulgence, the next being is far older, an ancient god who existed before light itself. Number 2, Amatsu Mikaboshi, the god of chaos. Before the world was formed, before heaven and earth took shape, there was only darkness, and within that void, he waited. His name means August Star of Heaven, but his nature is anything but divine. He is the embodiment of disorder, a force that resists creation itself. In the earliest Shinto myths, when the first gods brought light and order into being, Amatsu Mikaboshi refused to submit. He lingered in the shadows between realms, defying heaven's rule. When the gods descended to tame the world, they found him already there, reigning over the emptiness. To some, he is not evil, but the necessary chaos that makes balance possible. To others, he is the whisper in the void that tempts all things back into darkness. Unlike demons or yokai born from human fear, Mikaboshi predates humanity altogether. He represents the space before thought, before time, the first rebellion against harmony. In this way, he isn't just a destroyer, he's the shadow of creation itself. Across anime, manga, and even Western comics, creators have reimagined him as a celestial adversary countless times. In Marvel's Thor, Blood Oath, Amatsu Mikaboshi appears as a cosmic god of destruction, rivaling even divine beings. His essence also seeps into characters like Aizen from Bleach and Madara from Naruto, each echoing his theme. Order can never exist without chaos. But if Mikaboshi ruled the heavens through darkness, our final creature lurks beneath the earth, half monster, half myth, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Number 1, Tsuchigumo, the earth spider, massive, cunning, and impossible to escape. In Japan's oldest war tales, this creature lived beneath the soil, spinning its webs in secret tunnels and waiting for wandering samurai to stray from the road. When prey came near, the ground itself would tremble, and from the darkness, Tsuchigumo would strike, its fangs dripping with venom, its many eyes gleaming like lanterns in the dirt. The name Tsuchigumo once described hidden enemies of the emperor, rebels and outcasts who lived underground. Over time, those real people became myth, twisted into the image of a monstrous spider demon. Some legends say it could change shape into a human to lure travelers in. Others tell of warriors slicing open its belly, only to find the corpses of hundreds of victims tangled inside. When the hero Minamoto no Yorimitsu battled Tsuchigumo, he was nearly trapped in its illusion. The demon spun a web so vast it covered the moonlight, but with one final strike, Yorimitsu severed it in half, ending the nightmare. That battle became one of Japan's most famous yokai tales, a story retold for over 1,000 years. In anime, Tsuchigumo crawls back into the spotlight again and again. It appears in Naruto as the inspiration for forbidden jutsu, and in Yokai Watch as a fearsome guardian spirit. Its influence even weaves through Bleach and Demon Slayer, where giant spiders and deceptive illusions echo its legend. To this day, the Earth Spider remains a symbol of the unseen dangers that lie just beneath our feet. And as the web of myths closes, one truth becomes clear. Every legend, no matter how strange, begins with something real. Some dwell in the mountains, others beneath the waves, but the ones that linger in our minds are those that still watch us from the dark. If you loved uncovering the real legends behind your favorite anime, make sure to subscribe before you go. There are plenty more myths waiting to come alive on screen. Thank you for watching. My name is Sam, and I'm really smart.